Hi friend, my name is Melissa Gentil and I'm a creative based in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Welcome to Unfinished Thoughts, a podcast on intentional living, biz, and creativity, but mostly just a space for you to hide out from the busy world and quiet your mind long enough to relax. You're welcome to stay for as long as you'd like and to subscribe if this space starts to feel like home to you. Welcome. I am one of the most socially awkward people you might ever meet. I've accepted it, I work on it, but it's still an enormous challenge for me to navigate spaces where I'm new or have little control over. I never know what to do with myself, or what to say or not say. And if I do or say something or don't say something I believe I should have, the thought haunts me for hours and even days after the fact. I still remember what accidentally came out of my mouth at a networking event in college in 2014 when a professor of mine introduced me to an alumna of his. To this day, 8 years later, I still cringe inside every time I think about that interaction. So on most occasions, I avoid public situations that might lead to awkward interactions. Or again, I simply keep to myself, stay quiet, and attempt to disappear as soon as I can. The thing is that the Holy Spirit has a fascinating way of molding us, where He sometimes uses the things we fear or avoid the most to do His best work in and through us. I remember the first time I ever shared prophetic poetry in a church setting. In the morning service, the Lord had put specific words in my heart for the congregation, but the socially awkward, introverted person that I am refused to get myself in a situation where all eyes would be on me, looking at me, where my mouth would need to open up and say actual words aloud. The more I obeyed, the more I received from God. I would cry sometimes as I was sharing. Again, awkward me would cringe at that afterwards, but I stepped in faith and did what the Spirit asked me. And over time, it felt less and less awkward to step up when He would prompt me to do something uncomfortable, to share something boldly, to pray for strangers and friends, to shed tears when His presence felt overwhelming, uncontainable, and beautiful. Sila. For the next 30 seconds, breathe, close your eyes, and pause for a moment. I will pursue your commands, for you expand my understanding. Psalms 119, verse 32. What these experiences taught me was that being a particular way, having a particular personality trait is not an excuse to avoid the uncomfortable, and especially the growth that comes from it. We tend to love what feels familiar. We tend to stay in situations that aren't foreign, that we've grown accustomed to. Introverts like me, for example, we tend to stay in our bubble, to seek self-preservation, to dwell in what doesn't drain or throw us out in the open. What is safe feels lovely and right. And there's a place for that, but what if by choosing safe, we stopped choosing growth? We stopped exploring the limits of our strengths. What if by choosing what feels right to us, we stopped looking for a much better version of ourselves? Don't get me wrong. Try as I may, I most likely will never become an extrovert. Not that I would want to. I may also never get rid of my quirky, awkward habits, and that's okay. As challenging as those aspects of me can be, I still love them, and those that love me love them as well. But what's also happened through stepping out of my comfort zone has been the ability to speak in public with confidence, the courage to share my thoughts and opinions or words of encouragement with others, especially those I do not particularly know well. Most importantly, stepping out of my comfort zone helped me embrace the beauty of community and fellowship, especially as an introvert who enjoys and feels recharged via time alone. I've grown so much and have discovered talents and abilities that could have only sprouted through the uncomfortable experiences I chose to step into. And that's what I hope you have or will get to experience as well. So, what about you? Are you introverted or extroverted? What does your comfort zone look like? What would it take for you to make one baby step out of it? Papa, thank you for making us exactly the way you wanted. And thank you for expanding our limits so that we might discover the beautiful beings you are molding us to be. Thank you for joining me on episode 3 of the Unfinished Thoughts podcast. Okay, bye.